Now available on Kindle, E-Steam No Good Deed. The Devilish Diva scares some stick-up kids straight in this action-packed E-Steam series comic. Get E-Steam No Good Deed on Kindle for 99 cents today. Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.
A year ago, actress Evan Rachel Wood decided to malign the name of Kobe Bryant a few hours after he passed away in a tragic helicopter crash with his daughter Gigi. And a few hours after Kobe Bryant died in that tragic helicopter crash, and the coroner had not even been there to secure the bodies, your Evan Rachel Wood decided not to express condolences for the Bryant family, but decided to go to Twitter to call your Kobe Bryant a rapist. And your Evan Rachel Wood, a year after making those statements against Kobe Bryant, is now making allegations against another white man on social media. And in an Instagram post that she made on Monday morning, she decided to name an alleged abuser who had abused her for years. And this abuser, she's claiming, Brian Warner, also known to the world as Marilyn Manson, a popular pop star in the goth subculture, she's claiming this man abused her. Now, when I take a critical examination of this latest allegation of abuse from your Evan Rachel Wood, I don't know if I want to believe these allegations, because this woman maliciously and intentionally went out here with malice aforethought to attack and malign Kobe Bryant's name, and did this in the hours where the man's body was not even cold. So she sat there and made an unfounded allegation against your Kobe Bryant, saying he was a rapist, even though it had been proven over a decade ago by the Colorado Police Department that no rape had actually taken place, and that the sex between Kobe Bryant and that hotel worker was consensual. And she made these claims to attack your Kobe Bryant, but now she wants sympathy from the public as related to Marilyn Manson. And I find it interesting that your Evan Rachel Wood decides to go out here on social media to attack your Marilyn Manson in the same way she attacked Kobe Bryant, and wants to now make him into the latest bad guy as related to allegations of abuse. But when I take a further critical examination of Evan Rachel Wood's allegations, they fit a pattern as related to the Me Too movement. Now, your women who are a part of the Me Too movement, oftentimes they will make an allegation against a black man and then pivot over to a white man they actually have issues with. But when I take a critical examination of the alleged abuse that Evan Rachel Wood says she went through with Marilyn Manson in 2011, she sits there and says that there were people in the industries who enabled him for years, and she tries to make it look like these people were the ones who protected Marilyn Manson. Now, your Marilyn Manson was never really that big of a star. I mean, yes, he was popular in the goth subculture, and he was popular in the 90s, but I believe that if the police really wanted to go after this man, they could have gone after him, because they did find a way to go after Bill Cosby as related to alleged sexual violence, but they're going to give your Marilyn Manson a pass for years after he was no longer as popular as he was during the heyday of the 90s. So I find it interesting that she's saying that they didn't want to prosecute, and she had filed police reports and things like that. But why didn't she continue to press? Because if this man was such a violent abuser, you would think you want to get this man off the street. And I find it even more interesting that your Evan Rachel Wood remained silent about Marilyn Manson during the days of the Me Too movement, when many of these white female actresses were going out here making their allegations against far more prominent men than your Marilyn Manson, like your Harvey Weinstein. I find it interesting that at the height of the Me Too movement, your Evan Rachel Wood never made any sort of statement about Marilyn Manson being her abuser, and never made any allegations against Marilyn Manson to hold him accountable, and never went to go out here and continue to press as related to the police reports she made as related to allegations of sexual abuse and sexual violence. Here we had the Me Too movement at the height of its popularity, and she could have easily made these claims against your Marilyn Manson, but your Evan Rachel Wood remained silent at the height of the Me Too movement about Marilyn Manson, but had all the time in the world to post a tweet taking a shot at Kobe Bryant. And that right there shows me how racist your Evan Rachel Wood is. She has a white man sitting there allegedly abusing her, and instead of her making efforts to press to get this man prosecuted, tried, and convicted, or make allegations against this man at the height of the Me Too movement, where she could have done damage to this man's career, she then instead decides to take a shot at Kobe Bryant, a man who had just passed away, a few hours ago, and decides to attack him, but does not want to go out here and punish the man who went out here and allegedly abused her. So I look at this Evan Rachel Wood, and again, I see the racist she truly is. She's sitting here, she has all the time in the world to attack Kobe Bryant, who is passed away and is not even cold, but remains silent about this white man, Marilyn Manson, and goes out of her way to not even press to have this man prosecuted. And again, this is the height of the Me Too movement, the height of the Me Too movement's popularity, and she's sitting there talking about all of this abuse she suffered, and she makes these claims now on Instagram once more. But when it's time to take this man to a criminal court, she does not make any efforts and talks about how the statute of limitations runs out. I mean, you're going to let the statute of limitations run out as related to an abusive white man, but then you're going to make an unsubstantiated claim that Kobe Bryant is a rapist, a claim that clearly had no truth, because the Colorado Police Department had already proven that no rape or sex crime had taken place, and the Colorado Police Department had found out that these allegations of rape were already proven to be a lie. So when I look at your Evan Rachel Wood, she's again looking to me like the racist she truly is, and now she's back out here looking to get more attention for herself. And again, she's sitting there saying, oh, she's making allegations against Marilyn Manson, but does not go to reopen the case or make another case with a police report. She sits there and makes allegations on Instagram, and this is one of the big problems I have with many of these Me Too claims, is that women will come out here like Asia Argento did a week ago, where she made these claims against Rob Cohen, saying that he allegedly abused her. And she does this as a book is coming out. But if these women who are a part of the Me Too movement were truly serious about stopping sexual harassment, stopping sexual assault, and stopping sex crimes against women in the entertainment industry, you would think they would go out here and make these claims in a criminal court and let these men have due process under the law. and would not take these cases into the court of public opinion. And again, I find it interesting this woman can sit up here and have these alleged abuse claims against this white man and remain silent about them, but can take to social media to attack a black man 1 year earlier and call him a rapist, slander his name. But when it's time to actually do something about these alleged claims of sexual harassment, sexual violence, and sexual abuse, she does not look to prosecute said man, who she says allegedly abused her for years, showing me how some of these white women, they'll sit there and make these claims, but when it's time to take criminal action against individuals, they don't do it because they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. And I find it, again, quite troubling that she's going to remain silent and then take this case to the court of public opinion instead of taking it to a court of law. If a man is out here participating in sexual violence and sexual abuse, that man needs to be taken to the criminal justice system, and he needs to be given his day in court so that we can deal with these claims in where the man gets due process and the woman can possibly get justice, and there's a possibility of getting this individual off the street. Because I would think if you were a victim of abuse, you would want to get these abusers off the street. But it seems like many of the women in the Me Too movement, they only want to get attention for themselves, and they would rather try their cases in the court of public opinion on social media and not try them in a court of law. And it's troubling because that when it comes down to the case of a black man, your Evan Rachel Wood is going to convict Kobe Bryant as related to a crime that never happened, but wants us to believe Marilyn Manson is an abuser and wants to make allegations against him, but does not want to take that case to court. Again, showing me the racism in this Me Too movement, and the women who are white women who are a part of this Me Too movement. They will go out here and demonize the black man as a black brute, and they will make the black man look like a boogeyman, but the white man, who may have possibly been an abuser, they will sit there and cover that white man, and they will sit there and try to give him a possible pass because she doesn't want to go to a criminal court to deal with these abuse allegations. No, she'll try them in the court of public opinion. And again, that shows me a clear, again, double standard as related to how this media has gone out here to attack black men and how it's going out of its way to enable white men. Because she's sitting here saying, oh, Kobe Bryant is a rapist in a case where this case was already adjudicated and it was proven the woman was a liar. She's going to tell a lie on social media to demonize Kobe Bryant. But Marilyn Manson, she just makes allegations as related to abuse, but never wants to again take this to criminal court. And she'll make these excuses. Oh, it was the statute of limitations has run out. They didn't want to pursue it. But I find it interesting that in the case of Bill Cosby, they had no problem going after him. And they're letting Marilyn Manson get a pass. And I wonder, again, when you look at the case of Evan Rachel Wood's allegations, you can clearly see a double standard as related to the criminal justice system in the way it perceives both black and white. Now, this video will not be monetized, so I'm asking everybody to donate to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App so I can continue making more videos like this. And if you also want to help out, you can pick up one of my positive books on the SJS Direct imprint on Amazon.com in paperback or Kindle format. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.